All right, Shalom. Give me a second. Turn this music off. All right, Shalom. Hey, before I get started, I'm going to give all the glory. Sorry. I'm going to give all the glory, honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. All right, Shalom. All right, Shalom to you, sincere sisters, and as well as you new listeners as well. Shalom to you all. And Slovakia, driving out of my complex and all these damn speed bumps. So back at it again. I don't necessarily have a title for this yet. See where the spirit go with it. You know, but just meditating really this morning on the immaturity of these people, man. And you know, and really, that's really what really would be pissing us off. And if you're in this walk, stressing us out, frustrating us, is the outrageous amount of how outrageously immature these people are. All right, hold on real quick. Yeah, you're right. It's like I had this drink in a cup, so I just put it in a bottle because I don't want to hold it. All right. So now let me concentrate. All right, so a lot of the reasons why the majority of these people, specifically the 2/3, can't receive this truth is because, number one, this truth takes a high level of maturity. You know, that's why in Proverbs, the 8th chapter, it speaks about my voice is unto you men, unto you men. Didn't say the children of Israel. All right. It specifically says unto you men. Is that just because it's gender based? Yeah. You know, but what is that? How about the fact that there's women that receive this word? So what does that say about them? That as a woman, as a mature female, you are, the voice of the Lord is unto you as well. All right. That's why we say that even on I didn't even mean to, this is just in the spirit. But that's why what we speak about with women, when we say men, his word really ain't unto women, is because of that very reason into itself. It's very few women that have the maturity to understand what's going on and accept that and then proceed forward. That takes a lot of maturity. All right. And most people don't have that. Most men don't have that. All right. That's not, like I said. So when the Lord says voice unto men, he's speaking to, for you to be a man. What's out here really is a lot of boys and girls. That's the frustration. Okay. Even on the other side of the table, the heathens, you so-called white people, you are a bunch of children. You know, your approach to this. That's why a lot of you don't want to accept what's really happening. You can't accept the actual truth of what's happening in this world because you're mentally not mature enough. It's like a child. I look at my children. I look at my children, like my little girls, little boy, and they don't have a fucking clue about what's happening in the world. They don't got a clue. They don't know that the Straits of Hormuz is closed up and that X amount of resources and exports come through there and the global market is having issues in Australia, and this is what's happening in Russia and Cuba. You know what I'm saying? Like, America is almost $40 trillion in debt. They don't know none of that because they're children. Okay? It's not a children's job to assess risk. You got a problem if your child, if you're a man, if you're the father and your son is assessing danger more than you got a problem. You know, that's a problem. Scriptures say that, the Lord likens the prophets unto watchmen, not watch boys. Watchmen. Again, who do you want on your towers looking for the enemies? You want to put a 12-year-old up there, or you want to put a 25-year-old with strength and keenness? 30-year-old, a 40-year-old, or you gonna put a child there? You gonna put a 12-year-old and watch? No, the Lord is dealing with a very mature-minded individual, man or woman, in that regard. Because this is the most serious situation you could ever find yourself in America and planet Earth, but specifically in America at this moment. But a lot of you are still in the spirit of lollipops and gumdrops. Even right now, I'm on my way to work because you niggas can't stop going to Hawks games and Falcons games, soccer games, comedy shows, R&B shows, hip-hop shows, forums, volleyball, cheerleading, chicken dinners, steak dinners, fish dinners, alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic beverage. You just, that's children. You understand? Think about that song. Hey, Apostle Gabar always quote this song. I remember him going into this song. The artist that girls just want to have fun. That's a famous song. He didn't say women just want to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. What do these demon women say online all the time? I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Riding around on super bald metal coming out the tires. I'm just a girl. That shit is wicked. See, I'm driving, but I was going through it this morning. When you go into Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, and it says children are their oppressors. That's really that word, but that word, when you go into it, is speaking to people that play like a child. childish people. Okay? Hey, because really, like we say, old niggas is just young niggas that just got old. They're not wise. They're not smart. Have you really spent time around a lot of these old niggas? I'm talking about that AARP group, that 55 and older black group. Niggas get old and just be in the fucking way. They be decrepit, no wisdom. All the so-called black man can tell you how to do is how to bitterly deal with a heartbreak. That's all his ass can tell you. All the so-called older black men can tell you is some janky ass advice on dealing with bitches. They gonna tell you. I remember one time when I used to have to ride the MARTA here, which is the train, like the subway. This nigga took my ear over the whole ride. I'm like, oh my God. Nigga giving me like a Harvard breakdown on smoking pork. You gotta get then you gotta get this. And then you gotta get the grill. And then you gotta, and I'm talking about, I'm like, that's about it. That's all you're gonna get from older black nigga men. He gonna give you the recipe to smoke meats. And he gonna give you better advice on how to deal with these women. Same thing with you women. You women, if you're listening and you sincerely listening to this, I need you to understand the bitter truth is there are no women for you to go get advice from. There are no women for you to go get advice from. You the first. So you got to live in that. You're not going to go to some older woman and she's not going to give you advice on being a righteous woman. She going to give you advice to make you doubt your man. She going to give you advice. I remember, I ain't going to say who it was, but I remember somebody close to me, close to me in family. I don't deal with them no more. They going to tell my rib, hey, make sure you don't tell him how much money you got. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, my rib was like, what the fuck? Kind of like, and I'm like, yeah, that's that old ass N-dub advice from the 70s and 80s. Hiding that big mama advice, hiding money in a fucking can of peas. That's it. You're not gonna get nothing from them. Because they're really just big ass fucking children. They're just 60-year-old children. They're just 50-year-old children. So we be like, what the fuck? How the fuck is you not noticing what the hell is going on? Don't you see this? Kids don't see. You know how loud of an intruder you gotta be? Let me tell you like this, right? If you're a man, you know this is true. You'll hear the slightest noise around your property. That shit'll get you out of bed. Like, hold on now. Ice drop a little too hard in the ice maker. Hold on now, let me get up. You wake up. If I hear something else, I'm gonna get up. Since you up, you might go, if you got children, you might go walk the house to go see all everybody. Your children in there snoring and drooling. See, because it's spiritual and it's a physical thing. Same thing with women. A woman's ears are literally trained to actually hear a crying child. See, sometimes a man, you might not hear it. It's actually a scientific thing. It's a biological thing. So we be like, blessed is so that. The scriptures say that. Blessed is your ears, for they hear. you can hear. The Lord matured your ears enough to be able to hear this message and gave you the ear to keep listening. What's one of the main, if you're a parent, you notice, what's one of the main complaints? What are one of the biggest things you got to deal with when you got children? It's like, God damn, nigga, you just not listening. Didn't I just tell you that? Why I gotta treat you like a fucking child? How old are you? Right? Right? That's that parent talk. 333. That's how parents talk. That's how adults talk to children. And in the eyes of the Lord, all of us are children. The children of Israel. That's why the message is repetitive. But only a few selective have he moved them through boyhood to manhood. I've spoken on this and I've gone into this a lot. These people, these males are a bunch of boys, and these females are a bunch of girls. They never crossed over. It's not just simply because you get a driver's license that makes you a man. What makes you a man? Paying bills? I always say that. That's what gets this place all confused. This is why women be out here thinking that they're men. Because you've diluted the state of being a man to just simply being a bill payer. Well, women pay bills. Does that make them a man? No, a man takes care of his responsibility. Yeah, there's a level of truth to that. But they take that and make it into a man. Hey, a man pay his bills. A man, that's what Eve say, right? A real man. Same thing with the question. Why do you think people get so confused with the question on the internet? What is a woman? Well, it depends. See, that's what Esau took away from all the nations. See, what makes you have a level of manhood is also having a level of nationality. Because your nationality has its own, for lack of a better term, rituals in which that takes you from being a boy to man and a girl to woman. That's why elders are important. Because elders in any culture are the ones that keep the traditions going. Think about, I'll give you a good visual. 300. In the movie 300, in the beginning of it, it shows the little boy, and part of his ritual for him going from boy, being recognized in his society as a boy and being seen as a man, their culture called for him to what? Go out there into that wilderness with just basically a stick. He had to survive the elements, survive the test of whatever came his way, and come back alive or whatever. And had to kill a wolf or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That was the premise. Okay? Every culture has their way. Whether right or wrong. It's the same. It's the premise is the same. Same with Israel. Hey, that's a spirit. What if we were in Israel right now, or this is the time of the Passover, and I lived, let's just say I lived in Egypt. Let's just say I lived in Egypt, right? Yep, coming of age ceremony. Yep, exactly. So if I lived in Egypt, but as the scriptures say, 3 times a year, all men have to come back to Israel. All men got to come back. You think that men were traveling from wherever they were to make that travel? You think they were bringing 3-year-olds? You think they were bringing 4-year-old little, they 4-year-old son? No. No. They were bringing, that's why the first presence of Yahweh Shai in the scriptures in the red letter is him at the Passover. Because he was what? 12. He was old enough to go to the Passover. That's part of our ritual of going from boy to male or boy to man, because once you become a man in this, you are what? Under the jurisdiction of the law. So now you got to keep the Passover. Now you got to keep the Day of Atonement. Now you got to do these things. Now you are in charge of that. That's your rite of passage. That's your transition from boy to man, and same thing with women, girl to woman. And then there's other elements where elder women would teach women, as the scriptures say in, what is that, Titus? Let the elder women teach the younger women how to do X, Y, Z. You know, you can read in your own time, right? Same thing that would apply to the boys too. The older men would teach the younger boys. Hey man, this is what a man does this. A man handles it like this. You know, et cetera, et cetera. But that's not happening out here. That's not happening at all. And people are desperately suffering because it's not happening. Desperately. Okay? So again, I'm parking. I'm just pulled up to the job. I'm about to get off here in a second. This is why they're oppressing us. Children are oppressing you. Because it's just a 13, it's just a 6, 7, it's just a 9-year-old in a 45-year-old body. It's just an 18-year-old and an 80-year-old body. These niggas don't got nothing, and that's where the disconnect between the generations. See, a lot of people that under that age, that 45 and under age, has a big issue with the 46 or the 50 and up age group, so to speak. Because why? You can't get no wisdom from these old people, man. All right? Women rule over them. See, everything is backwards. See, and even in the case of women, these aren't even women. These are just, again, old ass little girls. I saw a video the other day. I'm pretty sure you might have saw it. It's this woman going viral. She's clearly somebody's grandma. And she's in the gym with some gray tights on, showing ass to the camera. This is somebody's grandma. Because she's still seeking after the male gaze and validation. All right? I give you another one I saw the other day. What's this chick everybody knows? Bernice, right? Bernice, whatever. You know, everybody knows her as you know, she's a beautiful woman, right? She's known for her beauty, right? This woman was online. Mind you, she's a grandma. She's 47 years old, and she's a grandmother. She has a grown adult daughter, and that daughter has a daughter. So she's 47 years old in this day and age with a grandchild. But that's neither here nor there. That's whatever. In this video that I'm referencing, she's literally chopping up a pepper, and the woman in the video was like, yo, no, what are you doing? That's not how you cut a pepper. And I'm like, look at this. This bitch is a grandma, and she can't even properly cut a fucking green pepper. She's 47 years old. Woman, Spanish, Ephraimite woman. And she can't cut a fucking pepper. But you expect this woman as a 47-year-old woman to be able to give a 16-year-old younger woman the wisdom and understanding to proceed forward in her path into womanhood? Yep, the end of the world is DTR. This is how all this error is occurring out here in the world. This is how all the problems that you're witnessing in our society, our community, our culture, whatever word you want to put there, our people, is because there's no actual leadership. When Ivan Ooze came, you remember when Ivan Ooze came to Power Rangers, to whatever the town was, and he basically got rid of all the parents and all the kids was just running wild in the streets, skateboarding in the mall. They were able to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. That's the society that we live in. Ivan Ooze is literally running Babylon Great. Okay? That's what the fuck is happening. This is kids' town. It's all about concerts, sports. Like even that, sports, let's be clear. I understand we like the entertainment of it all, but sports is all children's play. That's why Esau, only way you're going to be something in Esau's world and be rich, you got to do some childish shit. Be a rapper, an entertainer, a singer, a comedian, an influencer. Even the businesses that niggas set up is all child play. Niggas always want to do liquor, drugs, partying, party promoting. Anything that you think of that niggas get into, it's all, I promise you, it's childish. Niggas don't think to get into business and be like, oh, you know what, my company, I'm gonna sell nails to construction companies. I'm gonna sell caulk to construction companies. Niggas don't think like that because that's not fun. There's no razzle dazzle to it. And this is why our message falls on deaf ears. Niggas can't hear it. If you got a 7-year-old son, go rate and all of the elements of what's going on in this world. Go talk to him about the WEF, the WHO. Go talk to MEF. Go talk to him about the Federal Reserve. Go talk to him about the international bankers, the Rothschilds. Go talk to him about Iran. Go talk to him about World War III. Go talk to him about the Strait of Hormuz, the Red Sea, the Euphrates River. Go talk to him about all that and see how far that fucking conversation go. That's why the scriptures in Isaiah 11th chapter said the Lord would quicken our understanding. That's spiritual power. The Lord took us out of this very stupid, immature ass world and got us to enough of a level to be able to deal. And let us build from there. Growing pains. It lead and do err to err. Cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. That's why Gen Z is the generation that's like 25 and to like 6 to like 14ish or something like that. I could be wrong. Gen Z young men. And see, this is important to know because you got to understand men of all ages and type and angles are going to start waking up to this truth. And you can't just be so closed-minded to this is how I am to not perceive where they're coming from. And a lot of younger men are pissed off at the older generation because it's like, damn, y'all, there's no wisdom. There's no answers. So then, like I say, that's why you don't have that's why family reunions is down. Younger men are not going for that shit. And they're not wrong for it. It's not disrespectful. These are not elders. The only elders that we have are the elders. I'm going to say it, man. I don't give a fuck who it offends, because I'm about to close up here. The only elders on the planet Earth are in Great Millstone. The only elders are in Great Millstone. Because even if you're an affiliate, you still came further down the path. You're not on Apostle Tahar level. You ain't been around since the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. Those are the elders, and I don't give a fuck what their physical age is. They could be 41, 51. But those are the elders. They're the ones that's showing us the path, straightening up things, giving us a direction on, hey, now, man, this is how a man, even if they as men are wrong in certain regards, because we're in the flesh, things change. So I'm giving balance to this. They're still man enough to stand in the forefront and we'll repent and we'll say, hey, we learn and we making changes here. That's fucking masculinity. That's true manhood. That's the leadership. These niggas out here can't lead them their own fucking self. Tell me the last time you got some good real deal advice. Sometimes, y'all know I'm always, I don't know why the Spirit always hit me. I'm always quoting Fab for some reason. What do you say? Sometimes an asshole will drop some clever shit. Sometimes an asshole will drop some clever shit. Sometimes as ignorant and stupid as Charleston White is, he'll say some good shit. But overall, the elders of Israel, some of them are 25, some of them are 35, some of them are 45, some of them are 55, some of them are 65. That's the true leadership, the true elders, the true men are the ones following the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that come out of the umbrella of Great Millstone and are in good standings with Great Millstone. You take that how you feel. So with that, I'm going to close this up. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Shalom.